Welcome to the Wisdom of series, where we bring experts in their fields to share their wisdom with you. Today, we have Wisdom of the Performance Consultant, and with us is Brent Peterson. Brent is the CEO and co-founder of Peterson Gillespie International, an organization that provides consulting and learning interventions that impact organizations. Brent is also the co-author of the book, Fake Work: Why People Are Working Harder Than Ever But Accomplishing Less, and How to Fix the Problem. He has co-authored 21 books and is an advisor on strategy, alignment, and execution. Brent has taught at the Marriott School of Management at BYU, and he's a professor emeritus, where he has served as well as the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship. He has worked with many leading consulting and change organizations, such as the Franklin Covey Company and the University of Phoenix. Brent, welcome to the series.
Hey, it's good to be here with you. It's good to see you again.
That's right. Been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
Brent, you know the drill. We have 3 questions. Here's your first one. How do we make training focus on real organizational needs?
Hey, that's a great question. And as I knew I was going to have to answer that, I've just been thinking a little bit back on my experiences. And not too long ago, I was down in Texas working with a large multinational organization that spent many millions of dollars in their training budget. And I was brought in to evaluate that organization's training and to see if it was working properly.
Right.
And the CEO happened to be, this was just coincidental, a friend that I had known when I was in graduate school, clear back years ago in Ohio. But anyway, the question that came up was, I said, what are you going to do with this training? And he says, well, every company has to have training. And I said, well, why do you have the training? And he says, well, because every company has it. And I said, well, that's a pretty bad reason. And he said, would you check and see if our training is functioning? And so I did. And the reality was none of the training in this gigantic organization was tied at all to the strategy and needs of the organization. For example, they had one series of courses on leadership that had 5 different famous leadership gurus in the country, and they all talked about leadership in different ways. But when we got right down to the bottom line, we found this, that the impact of the training in that organization was just slightly above 0.
Wow.
They had done all this work, but it wasn't changing anything in the organization. If they did sales training, sales didn't increase. And so it was kind of an interesting experience to be there. And I would just simply say this in sum, that I find that happening more often than not. It suggests that training has to be done. And as a result of that training, it's just not being tied to the structure and needs of the organization.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty cool, Brent. So if you are doing any training, you better make sure they're tied to the strategy and needs of the organization and is actually driving the business. So ladies and gentlemen, that was Wisdom of the Performance Consultant with Brent Peterson.